This is our order of operations video. In this video, we're going to discuss the order of operations. So, maybe you've seen this in your class, maybe you haven't. PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Sometimes people say that to remember it. What this stands for is the order we do things in. Now, what you guys may not see, that I don't see very often, is teachers telling you that this and this are on the same level. When I tell people, when they write out PEMDAS for a test or whatever, so they kind of have a cheat sheet, I tell them circle these two. Because a lot of teachers don't let on. Multiply and divide are on the same level. Add and subtract are on the same level. For some reason, they kind of expect you to know that. So, let's check out what that means. Let's get that out of the way. So we have, let's say we had a problem like 3 plus 2 plus 8 times 7 divided by 2. Let's see. Minus 6. Now let's go with that one. Okay. So, what do we need to know? We need to know PEMDAS. Let's go ahead and write it over here. MDAS. PEMDAS. And remember, circle those two. Multiply and divide, add and subtract are the same thing. It seems to be a big secret that teachers won't tell us. So 3 plus 2, this is the parentheses. I'm looking. First thing I have, parentheses. Inside the parentheses is 3 plus 2. So I'm going to do that. 5. And I'm going to just drop all of this whole thing, all of this stuff here. I'm going to just drop it straight down as is. Plus 8 times 7 divided by 2 minus 6. Okay. So I'm going to look again. P, parentheses. Are there any? There are not. Exponents. So anything to the second power, third power, fourth power, anything like that, I don't see it. Now multiply and divide. I've got to multiply. I've got to divide. Which one do I do first? The M and the D, the order here, does not matter. The first one I do is the first one I hit coming from left to right. The first one I hit is going to be here. 8 times 7. Okay, so I'm going to go do this. 8 times 7. What is that? That's 56. I'm going to drop the rest of this down. 5 plus, divided by 2, minus 6. The rest of it just came straight down. The only thing I changed was the 8 times 7. So now, any parentheses? No. Any exponents? No. Multiply or divide? I've got to divide. There's only one of them. Okay, so I'm just going to deal with that one. 56 divided by 2. What's that? Is that 28? Yep. 28. Now I'm just going to drop the rest of this down. Not going to change it. Oh, that's a 6. Didn't change anything except for 56 divided by 2 is 28. Any parentheses? No. Exponents? No. Multiplication or division? No. Adding and subtracting? Yep, adding and subtracting. Which one do I do first? Doesn't matter. This part doesn't matter. It's what I run into first coming from left to right. First thing I run into is 5 plus 28. What's 5 plus 28? 33. I'm going to drop that 6 down, that minus 6, as is. Again, now I have 33 minus 6, no parentheses, no exponents, no multiplication or division, but there is a subtraction. So 33 minus 6 is 27. So all of this pans out to 27. So let's try another one. Let's try 2 squared plus 7 times 2 divided by, let's go divided by 2. And let's say, let's do that. Let's put those in parentheses. Let's do all the rules. There's parentheses, there's exponent, multiply, divide, where's it? Add, let's say, minus 2 plus 7. Okay, that looks pretty good for an example. Let's go PEMDAS. Remember, circle the MD in the AS. All right, do we have any parentheses? The first parenthesis I come to, coming from left to right, or the only parenthesis here, is 2 divided by 2. So 2 divided by 2, that's 1. So now I'm going to just drop everything down. I'm not going to change it. Times, there's 1, minus 2 plus 7. So I just dropped everything down, didn't change it, except for this 2 divided by 2. No more parentheses. Exponents. Right here is an exponent. 2 squared, or 2 to the second power. So that's 2 times 2, which is 4. Or we could write it out, if this is easier for you, 2 times 2 plus 7 times 1 minus 2 plus 7. I just kind of spread this 2 squared out, so these are still the same thing. And you can do that if that makes it easier for you. Or you could solve it in your head if you're able to do that. If not, so I just spread it out. And I changed the problem a little bit. Parentheses, no. Exponents, no more. Multiply or divide, well, I got to multiply. That's kind of a funny looking multiply. And yeah, okay, so we only have multiplies. So coming from left to right, I'm going to do the first one I come to. 2 times 2. That's 4. I'm going to drop everything down. So I didn't change anything except for the first thing. Parentheses, exponents, multiply and divide. Well, there's a multiply. 7 times 1 is 7. Drop everything down. Don't change it. Just change that one thing that I did. Okay. Parentheses, exponents, multiply and divide. Nope. I got a lot of adding and subtracting here. So let's start. 4 plus 7, 11, minus 2 plus 7. All right, 11 minus 2, that's 9, plus 7. Just drop that 7 down. 9 plus 7, 16. Okay, so all of this up here comes down to this. So basically, we just kind of filter it down, and you should do one step at a time. Some people will try and take 2 or 3 steps, which is fine, but you might get confused, you might get lost. But let's just remember, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. There's probably a few other ways to remember it. I've heard a few other ways, but that's probably the most popular. But please circle, multiply and divide, add and subtract. For some reason, the teachers kind of keep that a secret from us. But remember, these are the same level. So anyway, get some practice in on this. Try it on your own. And if you like this video, subscribe, and I will see you next time.